What's good, everybody? It's your man's Ken Jackson. No intro tonight. So, Sunday, I am here. I was debating on whether I was going to do a show tonight. Not feeling that well, but the show must go on. So here I am, just for you, and we're gonna get the show on the road. So how's everybody? Hope everybody had a happy Sunday today. It's been a very event-filled day. I spent the day with my grandbabies all day, and we went to the park, and we just had a real good time out at the park, and that was about it. Didn't really do much after that. I was worn out by the time I dropped them back off to their mom. And hey, what can I say? It's great being a granddad. So it's cold here in South Florida. Well, it's Florida cold tonight. It's in the 50s. And I know it shouldn't bother me, being from Jersey and all, but I've been in the tropics way too long, because when it gets down like under 70 and below, I'm freezing now. And I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I guess I'm just getting older. My body, doesn't adapt as well to the change of seasons. So let me tell you something. Getting older is for the birds. But I'm grateful that I have the opportunity to get older, because so many people that I know aren't here anymore with us. So anyway, I wanted to talk about something that's really been eating me up lately. I have some people around me whose priorities are all screwed up. They have many, many problems going on in their lives, and I sit back and I watch, and I notice that the problems that they're having are brought on by themselves. All self-created issues with simple solutions. And that's what I wanted to ask you all tonight. What kind of problems do you have going on in your life right now? And being totally honest with yourself, you can account to your own misgivings, your own bad decisions, your own lack of life management. You see, a lot of us go through life, especially in our younger years. We go through life with no plan, not caring about anything really, not caring about how our choices and decisions are going to affect us tomorrow. I had a very interesting conversation earlier with a friend of mine, a virtual friend of mine, because we actually have never met, but we chat, quite often on different subjects. And I said to him that, everybody, if they were totally honest with themselves, would find that the issues in their lives are caused by them. Can't blame anybody else, because a lot of times we're making decisions and doing things with no thought about what the consequences are going to be. And what's uh, really true is that you can actually make a decision on something today that may not affect you for years to come. It could be 5, 10 years down the road before the consequences of that decision comes back to haunt you. And I've noticed that in my own life. And I can attest to the fact that, there are plenty of things that I went through that were always a direct result of choices that I made prior to that event. Now, a lot of people are hoping that the economy gets better. But the fact is, the economy is very strong. The economy is in great shape, actually. But the problem is that so many people years ago made bad choices. They made bad decisions. They decided, I'm not going to save right now. I'll wait until later in life before I start saving and put away for this or that. Or, they partied, they went out to eat a lot. They still go out to eat a lot. They got bad habits like smoking, so forth and so on. And they don't think about how that's affecting their life, moving forward. I went through some very, very difficult financial hardships, several years ago. And, when I look back, I was like, hey, you know what? That happened because I wasn't prepared for it. The time that I could have prepared for it, I was doing other things. Other things were more important to me in my mind. So I didn't make preparations for those rainy days. And many of us live our lives like that, not preparing for future events, because we always think that we have so much time. We think especially when we're young, we think we got forever. We have no idea that old age is creeping up on us fast. And then what's really scary is we don't know what the halfway point of our lives are. We have no idea, because tomorrow's not guaranteed at all. But one thing I can say now at my age is that I definitely know I have more days behind me than I have ahead of me. And so I think about my future more intensely now. And I think about what's going to happen when if I reach a time in my life where I can't take care of myself anymore. What do I do? So I have to start preparing now. And if you're young, you need to start preparing now for when you're my age. Trust and believe. It's no fun when you get into your 50s and you realize you haven't put anything away for your senior years, when you haven't prepared yourself for that time when you may not be able to take care of yourself by yourself. You know what I'm saying? So, and that was me. That was me. I was living a fast life. Was making a lot of money in my younger years. Was doing a lot of things, having fun, not thinking about when I got older, and what was going to happen. And now I think about that every day. All my kids are grown. I got grandbabies. You know what I'm saying? Never in a million years that I think about the time when I would possibly be a grandfather. Never thought about that when I was younger. Because I honestly didn't think that I would live this long. I really didn't. And it's not that I had thoughts of doom and gloom. I just didn't think that I would make it this far. And now that I have, I'm thinking, wow, what if I do make it another 20 years or another 30 years? Am I prepared for that? Are you prepared for that? Wherever you're at in your life right now, that's something you really, really got to think about, and you got to plan for it. And the time is now. A lot of times I hear some of my friends that are my age now still saying they don't have time for all that. I don't have time. I can't save anything, because I don't have enough to save. Listen, you got to start making those investments. And the hardest part is having the discipline to say, you know what? Let me sit my ass down, look at everything that I have right here in front of me, and I got to prioritize this shit. I need to make some hard decisions. Stop eating out. You know what I'm saying? I have one really, really good friend of mine who always likes to eat out. They got to, because, and I'm going to say it, they might know who I'm talking about if they happen to watch this. They're too damn lazy to take the time and shop properly and then stay their asses at home and prepare their meals on a daily basis or every couple of days. You can meal prep, and all I hear is, oh, that's too hard. I don't know how to do it and this and that. Something, and at this point in our lives, that's a bunch of bullshit. We have YouTube now. You can learn damn near anything on YouTube. You can look it up, how to meal prep. And there are hundreds of videos showing you step by step how to meal prep. There are videos showing you how to do this, that, or whatever the hell it is that you might want to learn how to do. It really is. But all you have to do is take the time to sit your ass down and do it. What's really crazy to me is how some people I know will go out of their way for their 9 to 5. Now you're scheduled to work certain hours. But for some reason, long after they're off the clock, they're still working. Still working for the company that doesn't give a damn about them. Giving up, what little bit of personal time they may have working on bullshit that's not earning them any more money, that's not helping their lives in any way whatsoever. And all that extra time they have, they could be putting into actually doing something for themselves to get ahead, to improve their lifestyle. I have some other friends who are in financial dire straits, but they got the solution to their problem at hand. They have real estate with equity in it that they could use to pull themselves out of the financial problems that they're having. But what's the thing that stops them? Fear. They're afraid to take the risk. And here's something I learned years ago when I first started my own business. I learned early on that you have to be willing to take the risk. You basically got to jump off the cliff with no parachute. That's the only real way to learn how to fly. You know what I'm saying? And as scary as it may sound, and it goes against everything that, you know, most people are ever taught in their lives. You know, we're always taught growing up, oh, have a parachute, have a backup plan, or this, that, or the other. I jumped into business with no backup plan. I didn't give myself a crutch to lean on. I didn't give myself a way out. I made up my mind that I was going to start my business and I was going to succeed at it, come hella high water, by any means necessary, short of committing crime. And I did that. I accomplished my goal. And not at first. I failed a few times before I actually hit my goal. But the key was that I wasn't afraid to take the risk. I jumped off the cliff and I learned how to fly. And this is what you got to do. You have to be willing to do that. You have to be willing to sacrifice it all to achieve whatever it is that you want to achieve for yourself. Otherwise, you're never going to get there. You're never going to get there by saying, oh, well, you know what? I'll start tomorrow. I'll start tomorrow. I'll start next week. You know what? When the new year comes, I'm going to do this, that, or the other. You got to do that shit now. You have to do it now. I was just telling myself just a few days ago, you know, the new year for the Ken Jackson Experience is going to be this, that, or the other, but I have to start working on it now. And that's why I decided, you know what, I'm going to do the show tonight at 9. And you know, regardless of how I'm feeling, I said, you know what, let me turn on the gear and get on here and do what I'm going to do. So here I am. But listen, people, you can accomplish any damn thing you set your mind to if you truly want to. But you have to live and breathe it. You have to visualize it. You have to believe that you can do it. There's nothing wrong with being scared. You know, fear can be your greatest motivator, actually. Instead of letting that fear paralyze you, use that fear to motivate you. Use that fear to drive you towards your goal. See, me, I'm afraid. I'm afraid of dying alone. I'm afraid. No, let me take that back. I'm not afraid, actually. I used to be afraid. I used to be afraid of a lot of things. I'm not afraid anymore, actually, because it is what it is. You know, can't avoid it. One day my expiration date is going to come and I'm going to be out of here. But until then, I'm going to do everything that I can do, everything that I want to do, or at least I'm going to work towards everything else that I want to do. I've done a lot. Let me tell you, I have been so very, very fortunate, and I am grateful for the life I've been able to live, because I have done a lot in my life. In my life, it hasn't been that long. I'm only 59 years old. As they say, I'm 59 years young, right? I feel old as fuck because I have done a lot of shit in my life. I've honestly done more than most people will do their entire lives. And that's not to say that to try to brag. I've just been fortunate. I've been very fortunate to be able to do the things that I've done, to experience, the things that I have. And I'm very grateful. I'm very happy in my life. I'm very happy. And you should be too. And if you're not, you should be doing whatever it is you need to do to get there. Don't let anything stop you. Don't let anybody tell you that you can't accomplish this, that, or the other. Don't let your fear paralyze you from achieving your dreams. You know what I mean? Um, everything that has come to fruition started in a dream. And if you're gonna dream big. Dream really big. Dream ridiculously big. Because if you don't, you'll never know what you could have accomplished. So take that, for what it's worth. Apply it to your life. Be like water, adapt to whatever your surroundings are and be fluid and just live, enjoy life. Because I do. I really do. And I care if you do too. I know a lot of people say they don't care. They don't give a damn. But that's not true. That's not true. I don't think most people really don't give a damn. I think many people are just so frustrated, in their own lives that they don't know how to express their caring and their compassion. Not saying that all people are like that, because there are some real assholes in this world who really don't give a fuck about nobody and what anybody else is doing. And that's okay. That's who they are. That's who they are. You can't control anybody. And what people are going to do, they're going to do. As long as they don't do it to you. So, like I said, take that for what it's worth. Hopefully, you can find some meaning, find some purpose in what I've said, and apply it to your life and make things happen. All right, so I'm going to keep it short tonight because, like I said earlier, I wasn't feeling well, but I had to at least come on because it was scheduled. And until next Sunday or until next time, because I do come on randomly throughout the week, with little tidbits and bites or whatever you want to call it. And who knows, if you happen to catch me on live or happen to catch one of my recordings, hopefully there'll be something in it useful for you. That's going to be my mission going forward, is trying to one, live life to the fullest. And I don't need to impress anybody, but hopefully I can inspire somebody to be the best of them, because I'm working on being the best of me. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? All right. Well, if it does or it don't, make sense out of it if you can. All right. So I'm your man's Ken Jackson. This is my experience. I will see you next time right here at YouTube, Crazy Baby TV World. If you haven't already, please, please, please subscribe to the channel. It doesn't cost you a dime. I don't have any products to sell you, so I'm not trying to take your money. All I need is some help with the algorithm, and get some more eyes and ears on what I got going on. I promise you, though, there are some cool events coming up that we're going to, and we're going to be covering them. And definitely going to be having some deep conversations. I got some guests lined up for next week. I wanted to bring them on tonight, but I've literally been, since I dropped the grandbabies off earlier today, I've been laying around not feeling well at all. But getting better. Tomorrow's a new day, so if I'm blessed to open my eyes in the morning, I might see you tomorrow. All right. So catch y'all later. Crazy Baby TV World, the Ken Jackson Experience. I am out.